We want to focus now on a story that seems like it's from the past, but unfortunately it is still a reality across much of the globe. It's underage girls marrying grown-ass men, often against their will. This is according to UNICEF. More than 650 million girls and women around the world married before they're the age of 18. Three of the planet's most influential women are now fighting this. They are, and again, I say look at this trifecta: Michelle Obama, Amal Clooney, and Melinda French Gates. Megha Mohan from our partners at the BBC has the story.
Still a child, but already a wife. Tamara, which is not her real name, lost both her parents young, and her extended family couldn't afford another mouth to feed.
And how much money did he give your grandmother to marry you?
15,000. 15,000 Malawian kwacha is around $9. Tamara's story is one that's repeated across Malawi and the world. The UN says that every year 12 million girls are married before the age of 18. Visiting a school in central Malawi, in a district where a third of girls fall pregnant under 18, Michelle Obama said it's an issue that cannot be ignored.
There are so many girls like all of us all over the world where people are underestimating them. They're telling us what we can't do.
I see my daughters in those girls. If we just put ourselves in those girls' shoes and think of how would we feel if it were us or our daughters that were married off at the age of 12 or 10, or any of us would be outraged at the thought. And if it were our children or grandchildren, we would move heaven and earth. And we can do better. You know, this is an issue that can be solved tomorrow if all the world leaders got together and made it a priority. It wouldn't take 300 years. It could happen in less than a generation.
Solving the problem means practical solutions.
This is actually the first time we've been able to reach this part of Malawi.
Child marriage has been illegal in Malawi since 2017, but there have been few prosecutions. The Clooney Foundation for Justice funds lawyers to go into rural communities to advise women and girls on their rights.
It's about access to justice, where, what's the point of having a beautiful constitution that protects, girls from child marriage if the girls who are the victims of this don't know about it?
Because that's the
case
issue,
details.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the law's there, but there's still such a high rate of child marriage, and
Exactly.
the marriage happens in an informal setting with a tribal chief and a parent.
Exactly. So, I think the law is a part of the solution. So the first thing was for Malawi to change its law so it did say the right thing on paper, which they did, and the rate has gone down since then, but not enough. You have to sort of form alliances and really sort of fight against these kinds of injustices with the determination that it takes to win a war.
Cultural practices mean that young brides are not taboo in rural Malawi, but recent stresses have meant that even more girls are prone to child marriage.
The COVID-19 pandemic and recent Ukraine war that led to huge inflation in fuel prices in Malawi has only added to economic desperation here.
An issue as big as poverty doesn't feel like it's an issue that we can solve.
This is a solvable problem. The rates are coming down when real work gets done. It's really a social norm problem. The only way to change social norms is at the community level.
Getting those communities to think differently about girls like Tamara, who's part of the 42% who marry under the age of 18 in Malawi. But this isn't just a problem in continents like Africa. In the US, states, including California, Mississippi, and Washington, have no minimum age to marry if the child gets parental consent.
The idea that a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old has the maturity to make their own choice in that matter, that's naive. But yes, it happens all over the world, and the impacts are just as devastating.
In Malawi, 13-year-old Tamara has safely given birth, but her future is uncertain. Her husband has left her, and her focus now is how to be a single mother to her baby boy. Megha Mohan, BBC News for CBS Mornings, Malawi.
Number one, bravo to the three of them joining forces together for that issue. And you just think about those girls, guys, 12, 13. In many cases, you don't even know what sex is. You don't even know what is happening to your body. But the men know. The men know. That's why this just makes my blood boil.
And the trust that you have with your family.
Yes, yes.
That give you away for crumbs.
Yeah.
It's disturbing, the details are, but
Highly
the dedication
disturbing.
of these women.
Yeah.
You have to
Shining
admire
a light on something
sure.
that more people will pay attention to.
It's fixable within a generation if you change the social norms.
Exactly right.
If those three women can't do it, I don't know who can. That's a great effort.
Yeah.